Hello guys, how are you today? This is Paula. I'm back today to show you my progress on my design team project. This is the Lorella digital kit from Tracie Fox at Love Junk Journals, and I'll link her below and you go check out the new kit. It's in lavenders. I know a lot of color is not Tracie's thing, but she did a really good job on this. The problem is I didn't want to use lavender paper that I have used 100 times. So I decided to use this lavender, and it has a little bit of pink and gold on here, but it goes along with the kit and looks good. So I stitched around the kit, as you can see here, with a scallop stitch. Cut out the normal traveler's notebook size, and here's the stitching on the inside, you can see too. And Tracie's kit is anything pretty much that's lavender. I decided to ink in lavender also because it just didn't look good with the browns. To me, it wasn't a grungy type traveler's journal. So I'm going to show you this as we go. Some of the papers are at different angles because this was not sewed as a traveler's notebook. This was sewed as a paper kit. Okay, so when I cut it like I wanted it, it really didn't matter because everything was different directions on the paper. And I'll show you what I mean. You know, it's just different directions. It's kind of a collage shadowed type kit. It's really pretty, and I'm proud to be making a book out of it. So thank you, Tracie, for supplying us with beautiful kits to share with our YouTubers. All right, so there's like 4 pockets that go in this kit. And what my goal is today is for us to decorate this. I've already got everything inked. We just need to put it together. I've got it bound because I wanted to get it bound and everything before we did it so we could just decorate. I think decorating is a big part of the fun, don't you? Now, I don't have any big plans for this. I'm just going to put a pocket on the inside and the outside cover in this lower section and just try to get it straight so that it will hold a tag of some sort. Now, I'm not even knowing what tag I'm going to put in here yet. I think there will be some collaging that I'll do in this book as well. Now I'm going to flip over to the very back, do the exact same thing with a different pocket decoration. And yeah, and I'm just using Fabri-Tac. So yesterday, you know, I thought I got up feeling a little better as far as my pain from my, my injection helped on that a little bit. But I spilt this big glass of soda, and it fell off a table I had in front of the couch to, to work from, if I could sit in the living room and work a little bit, if I felt like it. Been doing a lot of fussy cutting. But anyway, long story short, it tipped off. There was about this much soda in there, but it seemed like it was that much. It splattered the front of my couch really good and went all under my couch, all on the wood floors, down under my roll around. Yes, the story goes on. So we're going to do those 2 ends first, and then I have some other pockets laid out somewhere in between. Oh, and I have this cute little, this is a Gale specialty. It's like a giant coin purse, basically. 7.5 by 8.5, and you fold it, you score it 1 inch in and 2.5 inches in the other way, and 1/2 inch to fold this up to make a pocket, but it's open on the top. You punch a hole, you add a trim, you ink it, and you put it in your journal. And I think we're going to cover up this text right here. I don't want to cover up any more than necessary of anything else. But in the process of doing this, I think we're going to do, I'm going to put it in the center, but we're going to make it a pocket under here too. So it'll have a pocket at the top and on this side. Okay, but I want to center it. So about like that. So we're just going to do 3 sides so we can, we're going to do the top and the bottom and the right side in this situation. Okay. Anyway, so needless to say, I had a mess to clean up. My husband wasn't here to help me. And it wasn't something I could just leave. And, you know, I don't know anybody close by to help me. So I had to bend down and work on that. And man, my hip and even my back was bothering me a little bit from that. This is going to be an adorable journal or traveler's notebook. I'm loving it so far. This fabric right here is from Christy at Ooh La La Crafts. And I will try to link her below as well. We'll just let them know that I sent you. Let me write that down so I don't forget. Isn't that terrible? I'm telling you. It's hard to keep the memory on who you link and who you don't link, and oh my goodness, it wears you out. But anyway, so I had to go get a wet soapy rag and clean the front of the sofa. So I was able to bring the legs up on that and clean it and clean underneath the best I could with my foot. I couldn't get under the couch, so Rick had to clean up the rest of that under the couch when he got home. So I hope it doesn't stain my wood floor, because it was there for a while. But then I had to clean that big old massive piece. It was probably 4 foot tall or 4 foot long and about 2 foot wide of an area on the floor I had to clean up. And I had to bend over and kind of squat to do that, which all hurt me. So it was a grand old day yesterday, but I got it clean, and then I went over it with, you know, something to take the sticky off. So what can I say? Happy day. Okay, so I made that ahead of time. So I said all that to say this. I think my injection was not, it didn't turn out as great as I would have liked for it to because of that. Okay, so I'm going to glue, this is a dictionary page, a high school dictionary page, and I'm going to glue this over it. But I want you to see, Gail has made these in her last couple videos. So you can go over and look, or Rachel at Roxy Creations has. And I think there's several different people who have made them. I don't know who to give the credit to, so I'm not going to link anyone. But if you want to see how these are made, you can go there. It is a piece of tea-stained paper, as you can see here. You fold this behind, and then you take the side over here and fold in, and then you tuck it at a triangle to make a pocket. So super easy. Back to the right. Then you pull this side over here, tuck it in, and then you're going to open it out, and you're going to stitch right here. You want to double stitch at the pocket so it stays strong, and then stitch around. And then you'll have it look like this on this side and like this here. Now, you can put this in your book. I'm going to put it like this, okay? And I'm going to glue here, here, and here, and flip it over. It's a flip out to journal on, okay? And then when you have it like this, you want it center here. So this is how you're going to glue it down, basically. Here, here, and here, so you can have a side pocket right here also, just like we did with the other, and a front pocket. So that is what I'm trying to accomplish right now. It's the first time I've ever made these. I think it's a brilliant idea. And I wished I came up with it. But, you know, I've come up with some things and I don't think really anybody knows it. But that's okay, because probably someday or another someone did have it. And, you know, I've not been around like all the others, so I don't know everybody. But my goal is to try to meet everybody. I've been trying to send little things to people to get to know them and for them to know I'm out. But I've kind of been slowed down on doing that even with all the stuff I'm going through. All right, so center this the best you can on your page. Make sure you push down and make sure the glue attaches. Oh goodness. Of course, we're going to have a little bit of seepage down here on the bottom, because I probably got too carried away with the glue, huh? You know how I am with the glue, guys. Okay, so I want to pull this over a little bit. Just a little bit. I got it a little bit too far to the one side. If you rub that glue off as fast as you can, it will just roll up and fall off. If not, you can use an adhesive remover. Okay, so awesome, right? And then we just have, okay, what's the deal? Why didn't it pull up just then? Oh, probably because I got too much glue on the one side. So now we got to definitely make sure there's not glue on these flaps, because they'll glue together. If I hadn't have noticed that, I would not have been happy later, right? The reason I didn't bring this out and work on it with you guys was because I was really wanting to finish the book we had started together, and it's in my Etsy shop now for any of you that might be interested, the Rose book. But this was simple, and I know that we've done Traveler's Notebooks together, and I know that Gail is making a bunch right now, so I didn't feel like I needed to, but I knew right away when I saw this paper and this kit from Tracie's shop that I definitely wanted to do it before spring was over. And I'm kind of going to be doing some Traveler's Notebook stuff. I'm going to teach you how to make one of the things I saw made on one of the other channels, and I think is great for Traveler's Notebooks. I'm just going to learn from everybody that I can learn from, and hopefully teach you what I have learned myself. All right, so there we go. I think maybe I didn't put those other pockets in here anywhere yet. I thought I had, but maybe I didn't. Okay, so we'll find them here. Those are everything that I had laid out in the pockets so far. So let me see what I did with these others. There they are, the little side tucks. I wanted to do those next. These are super cute. These have been around for a long time. I don't know who originally did them, but it doesn't matter. Let's just do them together. They're basically an even square. So these are 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. I fold them in half. You ink inside and outside, and then you journal in here. We'll make a little clip to go on here to keep it closed when you don't want it open, but when you want some secret journaling, there you got it. Okay, so I made 2 of those to go in the book. Do I want them right here? I kind of like that look, don't you? I do. Let's put them right here. And so we're just going to glue, we're only going to glue the outside edge of this bottom flap. I'll show you. Because it's going to glue down like this, and you just want to leave a little bit of your journal page showing. Do not glue on this side right here, because you won't be able to tuck anything down there if you do. So we're just doing it along the bottom here. Make sure you get your edges so you have room to tuck. Okay. I feel like I haven't collaged in forever, and I'm really needing to collage. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? when you're out of your normal routine, it just really, all you want to do is everything you can think of you haven't got to do. I'm going to make a fall book after this if I have time before I start Christmas. I will do Christmas, or I'm going to go ahead and just go straight into Christmas after I make the one fall book. It is a little golden book, and it's precious. Just so you know, that's the next project coming up. And if I have time, I will. I've already got everything cut out. All I got to do is take the book apart. We can do that together if you'd like. I'll have to see how it all works out. Cute, right? And I like that we inked it here and makes it look separate. Do you know what I mean? So that was a good choice. I usually don't put the same paper on top of the same paper, but I just like the way it looked. Now, this paper that I'm using is not anything fancy. It came from Michael's. It's just a paper pack that's kind of done in lavenders and blue, lavenders and pinks, mostly pink. Okay, has a little bit of gray in there as well. Okay, I gotta bring this up. I can feel the glue seeping from somewhere. Was just checking to make sure we were still videoing, because I just went from one video to the second video, and I just want to make sure. So the next video will probably be either the flip through for this, or it will be the fall book. But the next video you see on this will be the flip through for it. I also want to do the last rainbow page, which is orange, and I figure we should do it in October since it's pumpkin time, right? In October. Or do it in September or October, just so it's ready for fall colors. It's not a pumpkin theme, it's just orange, like, you know, all the primary colors we've been doing. So yeah, I like the way that turned out, don't you? It's different. I don't usually do, you know, tone on tone, or whatever you want to call that. I'm not sure, to be honest. Monotone or whatever. But anyway, okay. So next, sorry, I just took a big slurp of my drink, and that probably sound very rude. I'm sorry. So there's 2 envelopes that go with Tracie's kit. These are the 2 envelopes. They're really beautiful. Okay, now I also printed off Mrs. Cox in Lavender in the Garden to put in here, because I just thought it would be a nice look for this book also to add some photos. So I did this field of something lavender. It's like a lavender painting, or purple. And then these people, and these are going to be the journaling cards for the inside of these envelopes. Okay, we're just going to slide them right in. And then I'll make clips for these, and I'll do them in a gold, since we have gold on the front of the book. And I'll decide where we want to put them. They both are going to be like this inside each book. I mean each envelope. You can tell I don't have my act together, can't you? I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm going to put one in the front part of the signature. And I think I'll put it... Where do we want it? Let's put it right here. And hopefully it's going to fit without any problem. I think it will. Right there. Nice, nice. And we'll clip it. I'll probably do the second one in the back here. On the other no, I don't think I'm going to do it on the dictionary paper back here because we've already got something on that. How about right here on, it's either, I believe this is a math page or something like that. I just put a bunch of old vintage papers in, and some old planner papers. And trying to do this as basic as I need to, but very usable. You know what I mean? It's definitely a usable book. Get 2 more clips out to put on those pockets from the middle right here, and we'll make something to go over those as well. Okay. Okay, now I want to make up a few tags. Let's see, we have a couple more pockets though. Do we want to use those? Let's hold on to them and we'll see. I think we will, because you can never have too many pockets, right? So we've got this bingo card, and I thought this little girl would look great in this bingo card along with this fabric square that I found. I just think it's super cute. Put it over in the side right here, and then put her down here at the bottom. And then we can also, if we want to bring it up more, we can. I just kind of thought it'd be nice to show the bingo part. Let's do it like that. That way it looks like it's kind of glowing down on her. Yeah, just like that. And then we'll make it a pocket or a side tuck or something like that. So let's put this down first. I just kind of pulled out anything lavender and went with it. I mean, that's the way to do it. Just gather up the stuff that you know could work. And yeah, makes it fun. You just have to use your imagination. And I know you all have that. Okay, so then we've got this portion here. And I'm not going to make her a tuck. I'm just going to make the bingo card a tuck. You never have enough room to tuck goodies, right? Yeah. I just think she's adorable in that field of lavender. Yeah, how cute. I think simple can be so cute, can't it? Let's see if we want to put like a butterfly, or let's see what we've got over here. I opened up a new Tim Holtz pack this morning. When they come out, I always want to use them. And I'm going to put a little bit of purple in here. This is a butterfly. And there are some different things in his ideology, flowers and butterflies type thing. No birds in it this time. So I'm thinking we can do it that way, or we can do it what looks like a traditional way like that. And maybe we can even leave his wings up a little bit, you know? Not have him so stuck down so he doesn't look like he has any dimension whatsoever. This will give him a little bit of extra something. Gotta let that dry a little bit. Excuse me, my throat is so dry today. That's why I was trying to get something out of my drink. That's all right. Okay, there we go. I just don't want any of this glue to show. And when I try to get the glue, then the butterfly moves. I am so ready to get my hair trimmed. I didn't have her trim it the last couple times, and I don't know why I didn't. But it needs it. It's getting where it wraps around my neck when I sleep. And I just think it's too long. It's past my shoulders, and I haven't had my hair long and for years. So let's think about, where do we want this? I think we want it to be toward the left, mostly because I think it'd be good on an outside page like this. Or do we just want it to have a pocket at the top? I think that would look better. We're going to do that. I'm going to try not to put anything in here that does not have a pocket or a tuck. So we'll see what happens with that. Okay. So we're going to put this right here on this lavender paper. I did color the back of the pages. I just thought it looked better. And I didn't want to have to put ink on all the pages and make them look smudgy. So I just colored the back of the pages. Instead of tea staining them, okay, of course we do have a little bit of seepage here. Get that off. Got some over here. So there we go. I think a pocket's going to look nice on here. Okay, let's see what else we've got here going on. Let's see. So I want to make some tags. How about we make this little tag with this little girl and a similar piece of fabric? That'll look cute, right? So we'll just do that first. I've got everything inked up ahead of time. And I'm just going to blotch, put a little bit of ink on here, glue on here to glue this portion down. Doesn't have to be crazy amounts. And I want it to have the glow spot in pretty much in the same place. How cute. Do you ever buy the little fabric squares? That's what I did with this one. Is I bought a pink, blue, and lavender one. And I forget what, I think the other one's all blue. This is, I try to do colors that I can use pretty often. Okay, let's see if that's, yep, that stayed in. And look at this precious little girl in lavender. Mrs. Cog, does she do wonderful or what? I don't think I want to put anything behind it because it just, this says enough to me. It's just precious. But we could, here I go, we could put one of Tim Holt's little lavender flowers or something. That's cute, isn't it? Doesn't take much. Tim just knocks it out of the park all the time. I'm telling you. Let me see what else we've got. Make sure this is the perfect one for her. Yeah, I'm going to add a little bit of ink around the edges. I don't want it to look too white. So, now let's put her down first. Now remember, these are probably going to go in pockets, and so the surprise will be when people lift them up out of their pockets to journal. And yeah, that'll be fun. Okay, I'm going to put her over to this side pretty far so that she can have room for her little. This is probably not lavender. It doesn't look like it. I'm trying to see if there is some lavender in this stack of goodies. I don't know, but we're just going to put this purple flower. We're not calling it lavender, okay? Now we're going to glue this chipboard die cut on. Okay. There we go. Whoops, I see a spot that needs some. Don't want it to not stay on, right? Okay. So we're going to put it right there. Please stay behind the flower, little glue. I think it is. I want it to dry before I put it in a pocket, so I'm just going to set it to the side. That way, if it does have anything that leaks out, because it feels sticky, but I don't see anything. So just want to make sure. Okay, so we're going to set this up here. Now I want to do some more. I want to do this. I came up with this idea. Well, it wasn't my idea to start with. I'm sure someone else over time has had it as their idea. But I want to put two of Tracie's tags together. These little tea cards or cigarette cards, depends on what you want to call them. I folded them in half, and I'm going to make it like a flip, like that, okay? Make sure both your tags are identical size. Cut them like you want them, and we're just going to keep them straight while we glue our tea cards on as hinges. Fun, right? I thought it would be fun. Do both sides. Don't go all the way down to the center, because we want that to not have glue on it. Make sure everything is together. Now you want to spread them out where, you know, they have plenty of room to be on here, but still not stick out too much. Let's see. Yeah, we need it to come down further. Almost, honestly, almost to the very middle. You want to make sure your tag's the same size, same space between your tags. See, like that, you have this little space. Okay. I suggest you go, oh, I forgot to ink that. We've got to do that. I suggest you make them even apart. And you go ahead and fold them ahead of time so that, you know, you'll have that fold in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this back so I can make sure I lay it in the very same spot. Make sure your tag is straight. Looks like it was a little crooked from moving it. This should work okay. My nails look horrible, guys. Do you ever feel like you just, I just hadn't even felt like doing anything to myself. It's just like, you know, It's like, okay, it'll be fine later. I'll do it later. Okay, so we want to make sure these look like they're straight with each other. Look how cute. This one looks a little bit different, but we'll get it. Let's open it up and see what we got. Okay, so now we want to make sure this is straight. Again. We could add lines in here if we decide to, and we might. Probably do some stamping in this book if we want to. Look how cute. If I say so myself, I have a line stamp, and I'm going to do that with lavender. I don't have it here, but you'll see it during the flip through, okay? Now we need to go ahead. Seriously, we need to go ahead and I did not ink in the middle of the butterflies because the little T cards, because I didn't want it to look like a separate image. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's why they didn't get. Now you can decide if you want something on top. I'm thinking, how about we put, if I've got anything here, that's too small. I like to put snaps and stuff like that on my cards sometimes. And I like to put buttons. So, whoops, I'm just looking to see if I happen to have a lavender button in here, but I don't. It would be in my lavender box. That's blue. Well, I don't have a lavender box. I have a lavender jar, so let me grab that, and then we'll decide. See, that's brown. I'm going to find the lavender first. There it is. I keep all my buttons. I put a little paper button on top with the color of what's in the jars. And I have jars according to the size of... I won some buttons, and then I got them home, and they were just cheapy buttons. I threw a bunch of them away. Do you ever... I just hate it that they even make those crappy buttons. You probably don't even know what I'm talking about, do you? You're probably thinking, what is she talking about? Like, for instance, that is not vintage by no means. Ooh, I like that. That one is older than the rest of these. So let's go with that one. Why keep looking if we have one we found, right? Now, on this little girl right here, I need to do something at the top too. Do we want to put a button on her as well? No. She's more of a blue lavender. And I don't think there's anything in here that's kind of a blue lavender. I'm kind of doing purple, lavender, mauvish, kind of a mauvish color too. And because I didn't want the outside cover to be over the top, you know. Okay, so I need to see if we have anything that's more in that. Let's do this. Let's do this here. And then do the snap over here since we have some black in the, we have some black in the butterflies. Does that make sense? Now let me show you how I do my, make sure we're still doing good on time. Oh yeah, we're at 40 minutes. Okay, so I'm just, you could do it here and do it through and through and then make it actually snap and open closed. But I'm just going to center it at the top. I'm only doing it on the front. You could do it on the back as well. and put one part on the back and one. So this is the back portion. You put it on the back side of the hole. I should have did a smaller hole, that's for sure. And then you snap it. And you don't have to glue it that way. Fun, right? Now, I would have liked it better had I went ahead. Let me see if I got bigger ones. I think I have 2 big ones. So my suggestion to you is to use smaller hose with smaller, unless you have one this size like this giant, which may not fit. It may be too big, which I'm thinking it's going to, unless we get lucky. Yeah, see, it's gonna stick up. But that looks fine, doesn't it? Ha-ha! Yay! I like that worked out. And it's different. So, but see how they did the smaller holes on these old vintage ones? Man, when I find snaps, I snap them up. That wasn't funny, I know. Okay, so let me get some thread to go through the lavender here. I think I have. I say I have, but I don't know that I have lavender twine right here. And I just want to put it through one time down and back up so that I can just tie it in a knot and clip it off. I don't do bows out of flimsy string because I don't like the way they lay. So I just double tie them in a knot. If you put the knot behind the button, it's going to make the button stick up more. So that's up to you. My experience is I don't like it like that as well. I've done it many times. So I just double knot it, and then I'm just going to take my scissors, trim it, where I usually trim to the edge of the button so they're long enough. Throw away any excess. It's not enough to hang on to. And that will be that portion. Okay, so now you have to glue this one on. And I suggest you use Fabri-Tac. That's leaking. Every time I have picked it up, it has been leaking. It's at that problem stage, I guess. Artie Mae says you squeeze it when it gets low like that, and it won't do that. So we'll see. We'll just try it. Artie Mae's. It's not her name. That's her Etsy shop and her YouTube channel. I got to think for a minute what her name is. I'm really just starting to watch her. I really love her. You know, I've been trying to add to my library of videos, and since I've been down, I've been able to do that, which that's the good part of it. She's amazing mixed media journal maker. She makes some beautiful digital files too, which when I get better, I am going to be doing some. I used to do a lot of that, and I just haven't since I started doing my channel. Get the excess glue off, and there you go. So I figured these two would look good in the very center. I'm going to do it like this one on this side. And you may be asking yourself, why? Why are you doing it on that side? Well, I like the butterflies being over to the inside. Now, as far as this goes, I'm not sure yet, so that's why I haven't cut it. These are gold. They kind of look silver, but they are gold. This has a little silver in it, but you know what? I'm not opposed to matchy-matchy. I mean, I'm not opposed to mixing silver and gold. You know, not everybody would like it, but I don't mind. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, the next thing So I have a couple more tags. Let's just get them over. Let's just do the tags. Okay, so here is the next tag I'm going to use. I'm going to use this purple with kind of a lavender blue. And I'm going to put that right there. And this is one of Tracie's. And I'm just going to kind of offset it a little bit. Like this. And I'm thinking, what do we want to put on here with this? We could put a label. Or we could do a label here at the top. Let's do that. Let's make it different. Okay, so let's put the fabric down first and see what happens. Try Already May's glue technique. I've already done the glue technique where you make a smaller hole. Well, my hands aren't strong enough for that. I tried it for a while and it was just killing my wrist where I had my big hand surgery, and so I was like, okay, that's not going to work for me, and it made me sad because it did work. So that's where if you've got strong hands, you might want to try it. That's where you start with your hole being punched very small. Instead of pulling the label on the inside lid off, the label, the cover to keep it sealed while it's in the stores, you take that and you just poke a hole with your poker, and then you can add what you need to add. You can also do like this, where when it gets down to about right here and it starts doing the volcano thing, you just squeeze it in. When it's new, poke the hole, put it on. It does take a little longer. You can keep it upside down in a cup, which I've done before. The only thing about that kind of bugs me is that it does kind of leak down into your lid a little bit. So, you just got to choose your less of two evils, if you want to call it that. Okay, I'm going to bring this up a little more. I wanted to make label on the front like this, and then this label on the back, and make it like a topper. Yeah, it's odd and it's different. Or we could do tickets that way. Where'd my tickets go? I had a bunch of, oh, here they are. Or you could do it like this with tickets. Ooh, I like the tickets. So those tickets are for something else. Let's try getting some more tickets. And we'll try that and see if we like it. Okay, we do have to ink them because they have not been inked. And I'm going to have to poke the holes. We'll have to go back and ink the holes. You want to get some of this purple up on the tickets. I think it'll look better that way. Now you get your hole punch. And you just go in the corners. I'll make sure I'm sliding this in the right spot. You just go into the corners small. Just don't go past. Don't make them too giant. I don't really pay that much attention. I just cover it. And then in the middle, you'll have to go in a little further. Just because it's a bigger space. It doesn't matter if it's perfect. If it did, I wouldn't be able to do it. Okay, what is that all about? There we go. Kind of gets hung up every now and then. Oops, that one I really messed up. I can't use that. Sorry, guys. We'll have to punch another one. But let's cut it apart and use the other side. Yeah, see, I got it really crooked, so I'm going to toss that. And I have another one over here. We'll just ink them. Hope for the best. punch the hose first. Yeah, that one I got big too, didn't I? Paula Marie, get these straight. Look at that. Hey, I got one more chance on this other end to get it right because I don't have any extras besides that. There we go. That's good enough. I'll take it. Trim it in half and then ink it. So we got them all trimmed in half and inked. So what we'll do is we'll use those as the topper, and I'll show you what I mean. Right up here. So we'll use these two. So we'll do like this, bring it down. So we're just going to put a little bit of glue across the very top of the tag. Okay, on the first tag, which is the front one. Make sure it's going to be enough to keep it on because it's what's going to be pulling it in and out of the pocket. You want to get the two circles all the way in. You don't want them sticking out. And you want to make sure it's level. And once you know it's level, you can flip it over. And we're going to do the same thing, only we're going to add glue. Looks like it's to one side more than another. Let me push it over. I don't think it really matters, but that much. Okay. And match them up as well as you can. Just like that. Especially on the top. And when it dries, if you can see other parts of white, right there you can either ink it like this and get the white spots because you don't want those to stand out. And on the back, got a little bit right there. Yeah, now as soon as these dry, that will be cute. That's different, right? Okay, so we've got that done. Now we've got to decide. I think I looked at every picture that Tracie had as far as florals go. I like that. I'm thinking that maybe we could put another butterfly, or let's put that floral there. I like that. You don't have to ink the back. Okay, let's go ahead and put the flower down. Not using any kind of textiles other than this fabric. I just got glue right on the front, but I'll get it off. I say I will. We'll see. I can rub glue off of anything. Okay, so I'm going to bring it up and to the right. Just show a little tiny bit of the tag on the right hand side. Rub off that glue while you're pushing your photo or your print down onto your project. In this case, the tag. There we go. And now we're going to attach this floral. I'm not sure the type of flower this is either, but it looks cool. And it's definitely purple. So our theme, I guess you have noticed, is purple and lavender. I like them both, so that's good. Look how cute that turned out, guys. It's different, right? When you're doing something like one of these little kind of, they're not chipboard, but they're heavier than just die cuts. And you get a little bit of glue, you want to hold the other side down because it will slide it right off if you don't. When you're trying to get the glue off. I'm trying to see, kind of feel more, but maybe it's coming from my finger kind of thing. If you know what I mean. Okay, now I have one more tag I want to make. Now this tag, I got 2 tags left. I don't know what I'm going to do with that other one, so we'll come back to it. Now on this one, I want to use my sewing machine. It is not going to be the exact, it's going to be the color that I use to trim around the other. But I want to do these tags, and I want, let's see if I can move some of this stuff. I'm sorry, I should have had this planned. This is the only thing I really wanted to stitch. Okay, I'll pull that over. I'm going to move this. Plan on doing some organizing today. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, can you guys see that? I'm going to move it over as far as I can. Let me turn it a little bit. There you go. You see a little bit. I'm not doing much, but I just want to show you what my plan is. Never done this, but I've seen it done a million times. Just kind of line these up to the inside or to the left. And I'm putting the right side all on the left hand where it says lilac. And then it says love. So maybe I'll alternate the lilac and the love. That will probably work, right? Kind of want them to be just in a straight row. Now I've seen this done with hearts and other things, but basically what it is we're going to stitch. I'm trying to decide where do we want to stitch. I think we're going to try stitching down this black line right here. Keep your fingers crossed. Otherwise, I'll have to reprint. We don't want to do that, right? I hope I don't run out of bobbin either, by the way. I'm just going to do a straight stitch, I think, because I think I'd like that better. I hope you can see, guys. I know it's so hard to see under that sewing machine. Do a little back stitch at the top. When you get close to the end of the other one, raise this, put your needle in, raise that up. Line up your second one. Just a little space between it. Kind of line up that black line so you just sew straight over to it. Just like this. Raise up your presser foot and put another one as about the same distance apart. Just line it up with the black line on the ticket. And we're going to do it again for the last one. Okay. And I'm trying to not interrupt the look of the I'm going to back stitch here a little bit. Okay, and now you're going to trim off the thread. Both ends. And we might have time to go through this one more time before the bobbin runs out. This is my luck. It looks like it has just enough. So now we've got it stitched right here. Let's stitch down this side so those don't stick up and we don't have to glue them. And again, you do want to back stitch the front and the back. This should go faster because we've already got them lined up, right? So we're just going to go straight through those black lines. Yeah. That's a different look, huh? I'm trimming off these strings because I don't want those to pull the thread out. So I'm going to turn this off and move it back out of the way. Get all these strings and stuff out of the way. I'm hoping we'll have time to do this whole book, but I don't know that we will. But we're getting most of it done. And that, I feel like, is a great accomplishment. Okay, so this one is getting dry now. Let's move this stuff here out of the way. Now, where do we want to put, we got to come up with a topper for this also. So I'm thinking maybe we can use one of the labels and we fold it in half. Let's see what that will look like. I like that. Actually, I have inked these labels. We should have, although we should have stitched it while we were there. It might have looked a little better since we could stitch it, you know. But, you know, we're fine. We'll just glue that on. Now, and do the same thing we did with those little T things. We're just going to put it at the bottom here, and we're going to leave it sticking up a little bit. Okay, we're just going to put it on here as even as we can, just like we would a tab. But I just what I'm trying to show you here is that you can use labels for something different, T-cards for something different, tickets for something different. You know, it's all very easy to change up. And I must have got a lot of glue right there because it's leaking out. Let's move it over. I'm going to have to give it a work over. I hate it when I do that. Just got it everywhere. Didn't feel like I put that much on there. But I did, obviously. Let me move you back. I don't want my phone to fall. I'm trying to be gentle here for you guys. So I just put them to the side. You could put them in the middle. You could do hearts. You can do butterflies. You can do anything you want to do on there. And that's the fun part. Now we're showing our stitching on the back, but just a little tip for you that I use sometimes. I will put white bobbin and then color for the top when the back page is white. It just makes the journaling not be so purple. Okay, now let me get my little eraser. I'm going to hold that down really good so it doesn't move. Get this massive amount of glue off of here, and it just rose up like a little booger. That's what I tell Charlie. Get over here. You have boogers on you. He'll say, no, I don't. He's so cute, you guys. He's really doing well right now. He's off his steroids, and I'm so grateful. He's going to kindergarten. Now if we can just get him to show interest in his ABCs and his 1, 2, 3s and his colors, and he knows his colors, but he has wrote his name since forever. And when you can get him to do it, he don't just sit down and do it routinely. He recognizes the letters in his name, but he, you know, I think he's been given leeway, and this is the real year of kindergarten for him. And so he actually was in kindergarten last year, but because of his size, not because of his little brain, because it's super smart. It's almost too smart for us. Okay, let's find, we have more pockets. So let's do the pockets in the front here. Or do we want these pockets in the front? Where'd it go? This and this remind me of each other a lot. So maybe we'll put these, I don't know. I think we could put whatever we want, wherever we want. Let's put this one in here. Yeah, and we'll come back and do something to that. I don't know what yet. I may print some more of the lavender. Now, back here, we have another one that I will come back and do something with, maybe. I really like the way Tracie has it, so I may not. So there's that one. And maybe come back and put florals or butterflies or something on it. We have another tag to do. Let me see how much time we have. We're going to have to stop this video, you guys. I'm sorry. It's already past an hour. And I don't want to bore the ones of you that don't like to go that long. So, I'm trying to decide, do I want to decorate the front of this book? It's kind of hard to decide. So, we're just going to find out how the mood strikes me when it strikes me. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please click the like. Excuse me. Give me thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, I'd love for you to join us. I know it's kind of slow right now, but it's not normally. So we will get back to normal. It's just going to take us a couple months. All right, guys, I love you all, and I appreciate you all. And welcome to all the new subbies that I've gotten recently. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.